Right, good day, grade 12. Again, we're going to continue, and now we're going to look at the monopolistic competition. Okay. All right, I hope you're well. You're keeping safe. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, let's just get my PowerPoint going. There we go. And let's share the screen. That's it. There we go. Okay. What you need to remember with this is please never, ever, ever, ever only use the word monopolistic. There's no such thing. This is a hybrid market, okay? So hybrid means it's a combination of two different types of things. So it's monopolistic competition, right? You need to keep the two concepts so that you remember that I'm busy with a combination of the two, right? So most companies in South Africa actually fall in this organization type. Okay, let's go through the characteristics. Right. The first one to remember is that the products are differentiated. So people try to use non-price methods as we looked at oligopoly, the same things that we used over there to try and differentiate their products. So even if it's very similar, they try and show them they're not identical. And they try and convince consumers to fall in the market niche, etc., etc. But a lot of the packaging is similar, and the content is similar, like sugar, tea, coffee, your toothpaste, etc., etc. A lot is dependent on things like marketing, things like branding, etc., etc. As I said, it's a hybrid structure. That's a combination between competition and a monopoly. It is perfect competition because there's many sellers, right? So there is an extremely huge element of competition in this market. The second point that is similar to competition is that entry into the market is relatively easy. So there isn't money that it's not money that prevents you entering it, and it's not a lot of know-how that's necessary. So with a little bit of research, etc., you can go into these markets. Okay, the businesses themselves have very little control over the price of their product, mostly because of the large amount of people participating. They're price takers, not price makers. Okay, right? So but because the products are differentiated, it is possible that there is a larger variety of prices that can apply, right? Information over here is not complete, okay? Then collusion is not possible, once again, because of the many buyers and sellers, right? Okay, but people, because they try to use the differentiation, they try and get a market niche for themselves. And that market niche, in that little market niche, they try and keep, they try and function then as a monopolist for that little area. Okay, got it, right. So, as I said, it's the toothpaste, it's your hairdressers, your plumbers, your electricians. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots of examples of monopolistic competition. Okay. Here is an example. Once again, this is not a graph that comes out of your notes. I got this from the internet. Please, once again, don't reuse it. This comes out of a organization, a textbook from an organization. I can't remember at the moment, but kudos to them. Thank you very much that I may use it. Here we've got, you see that the graph looks similar to demand, but look at the demand curve over here. Do you see it is virtually perfectly elastic? And that's the crux of this organization form. Your demand curve, which is your marginal revenue curve again, and your marginal cost, your marginal revenue curve is still is still two different curves like the monopoly is. Okay. The more relatively elastic this demand is, okay, the less say businesses will have in the price. Okay, got it, right. Then in the same way as my monopoly or any other organization where marginal cost and marginal revenue intersect, there I'm going to have my place, my quantity that I'm going to want to produce at. So in this case, it is at 40 units, 40 pizza slices for this example. Now I need to extend that quantity to my demand curve. In this case, my demand curve, if I go and I move it to the side, I get my 16 Rand per slice of pizza. So for this organization, they're going to make an economical profit between that 16 and 15 Rand. So 16 minus 15 gives you 1 Rand. The 1 Rand is then multiplied by the 40. So they're going to make an economical profit of 40 Rand. Okay, right. And that's basically how it functions. Okay, right. Non-price competition. The non-price competition over here is similar to what we used previously. The products are differentiated in non-price methods to try and prove the uniqueness of the product. There's advertising campaigns and so on to further differentiate the product. There's a greater form of, the greater the differentiation, the less elastic the demand of the product would be, the larger number of money that's paid, a large amount of money is spent on research and development and advertising campaigns so that there's local support. Branding plays a significant role to get product loyalty. The large chains like Edgar's, Spar, etc., have their own brand products, no-name brands. And they are exactly the same as similar house-known, well-named brands, and they use that to try and get people to buy from them more often. Okay, right. The demand curve of a monopolist is similar to, monopolistic competitor is similar to a monopolist. However, as I showed you, it's less elastic, less elastic. Okay, in the short term, you can make an economical profit or loss. However, in the long term, this is not possible because if profit is being made, more and more people will join, etc., etc., and then people will leave once there's no more economical profit. Okay, make sure you can draw these graphs. The long-term economical profit, as I said to you, they can only make normal profit in the long term because of the entry and exit. In the short term, you can make economical profit. Right. Comparing the monopolist with perfect competitors, with perfect competition, normal profit is being made in the long term for both. Okay. Both have got many people involved with the buying and the selling. Equilibrium price for the perfect market would be higher than that of the monopolistic competitor, right? And that's simply because my marginal revenue curve is below the average revenue curve, as we've explained. But what's very important is that the monopolistic competitor is less efficient than the perfect competition. Okay, so there is less products being made and at a higher price, and that's the crux. So obviously, still we want to rather have perfect competition. Okay, and that's that. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, amending.